Hi, hello everyone. This is Shivagami from SNS College of Technology. As I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology, here we're going to learn about the topic is overview of project planning in software project management system. Let's see the topic. What is the project planning? What is the project planning? The project planning is the process of defining the scope, objectives, and the step to complete a project. What they said here, first, if suppose we're going to do a one project, we are going to we're going to defining the scope of the project and objectives and what are all the steps we're going to complete for that project. Okay, it involves the setting goals, determine resources, and developing a scheduling. It involves the setting goals, determine the resources, and developing a schedules. Okay, in this point, what they said, like we should set we should setting a goal of the project and then determine the resources. What are all the things? What are all the resources things we going to use for that project? We should before determine that resources and developing a scheduling time we going to develop. Suppose we going to develop on project means we should complete this part of this project as within a timeline. Okay, it means we going to set a timeline for that project. Okay, and then the next one is ensure all stakeholders are aligned and expectations are clear. Okay, and then stakeholders or the customers or stakeholders or customers or investors or user. Okay, and we going to clearly aligned the stakeholders expectations. We going to clearly align stakeholders expectations. Form for the foundation for the project, forms the foundation for the project execution and control. Okay. The next one is importance of project planning. What is the importance of the projects planning? So, improve the efficiency and the resource management. Not only project, if suppose we going to do anything, we should pre-planning. We should prepare for the pre-planning for any of that. Okay. So here also we are going to use the same manner. Improves our efficiency and the resource management. Okay. Before the project planning is improves our efficiency and resource management, minimizes the risk and identifies the potential issues yearly. Okay, it helps to minimize our project risk. Okay, before if suppose we going to prepare a project planning, what are all the things we going to do? These are all the things will happen. Things are before we don't we know means we can minimize the risks and also potential issues are yearly. Okay, identifies the what are all the issues will happen after will happen. We going to before we identify the issues. Okay, ensure timely consuming of this project. Ensure timely completion of the project. Okay. It improves our it helps to complete our project within a timeline. Okay, enhances the communication among the team members and stakeholders. It enhances the pre-planning, enhance the communications among the team members and stakeholders. Key concept of a project planning. Then next we going to learn the key concept of the project planning. Projects hope and objectives. Okay, we should define the scope of the project and what are all the objectives of the projects. Okay, the next one is work breakdown structure. The next one is work breakdown structure. The next another one is schedule and timeline. Okay, before we going to start our project, we should fix the timeline for the each process. We should fix for the fixed timeline for the each process. Okay, it is it's a schedule, like a schedule. Okay, budget and resource allocations. How much amount, how much, what are all the resources we going to involving in that project, we should beforely we can plan. Okay, the risk management strategy and the communication and quality plans. These are all the things or the key concept of the project planning. Steps in project planning. The next one is, what are the steps we going to do in our project planning? First one is define the project objectives and the scope. Okay, already we said the project objectives and scope is the very important thing in our project. So first we going to define the scope of the project and the objectives. What are all the objectives of this project? Okay, the next one is estimates the timeline and the resources. The next one is how long time will take for the, how far time long will take for this project. Okay, so we have to define that project, and we can set a timeline for that project. Okay, the next one is develop a scheduling and alignment responsibilities, plan for risk and set mitigation strategies, create a documentation and get approvals. The final one is create a documentation and get approvals. Okay, tools used in project planning. What are all the tools going to use for the project plannings? Or Gantt charts for the scheduling, PERT and CMP for task sequence, project management software, for example MS Projects, Trello, Asana, risk assessment materials, resource planning and budget tools. Challenging in project planning. What are all the challenges we going to face for our project planning? Is unclear goals and challenging requirements. If suppose we going to if we not clearly set our project goals, it will make challenging for our project completion. Okay, poor communication among the stakeholders. The poor communication among the stakeholders also make challenging for our project completion. The lack of risk identification and mitigations, the limitation resource or skilled personnel. I hope all you have understand the concept of project planning in software management system. Thank you all.